17 years has registered uncountable economic and social developments. May the Almighty God continue to shower His blessings on Your Excellency's efforts and grant you the fortitude to continue to realize your vision for greater socio-economic development in an atmosphere of abundant peace and security. Please accept, Your Excellency, the assurances of my highest consideration. Another goodwill message comes from the Deputy Head of Mission at the Embassy of the Republic of the Gambia in Paris, France. The letter from Kanja Sane reads, "Gambians indeed have cause to celebrate after the 17 years of your government's commitment, hard work and sincerity to the citizenry, accompanied by developments in every corner of our country. The world, Your Excellency, is witnessing the peace, harmony and the everyday progressive development involving Gambians of all age, gender and ethnicity under your dynamic leadership, and this is continuing to make the Gambia an everyday beacon of hope for many around the world. Please allow me to thank Your Excellency for assisting the Gambia with a first-class modern ferry linking the capital to the northern part of the country. We are all happy for this positive development, as the country has never had such magnificent vessels throughout its history. I pray to Almighty Allah to give you and your family good health, long life and strength." One Seni Bajinka, a NAWEC employee, extended a similar message to the President Jammeh, thanking him especially for procuring a brand new generator for NAWEC as well as 2 modern ferries for Gambians. I wish to express my sincere appreciation on behalf of my company NAWEC for the support you have been rendering to the company in order to ease the free flow of water and electricity in the whole country. The University of the Gambia has a new intake, and the students were introduced to the institution at an orientation session on Monday. The historic event in the university calendar was an initiation for the hundreds of students who enrolled on the various programs of the university. Fatou Kamarakabe witnessed the orientation ceremony, and this is her report.
It is a day of renewal that ignites their spirit and fuels their hope. The day marks another important event where new students are given insight into what holds for them in the university and the culture of the new environment, as well as the academic life that will transform their lives positively and prepare them for the services of the nation. Mamadou Lamin Taro, the acting registrar, says university is the country's highest learning institution, and for one to be a genuine member, you must register on time and pay your tuition fees. Students who register 3 courses in a semester are considered as full-time, and below that are part-time students.
Your place in the university is guaranteed as long as you excel academically. Mediocrity and poor academic performance will not be tolerated. And we will not hesitate to invoke the relevant sections of our regulations to dismiss any student from the university whose performance falls short of our requirements.
The deans of different departments delivered brief statements on internal procedure mechanisms in their departmental sciences. Listening to various departmental heads, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Dr. Amadja, says adults should not ruin the future for the younger generation. They should prepare them to handle their responsibility and trust for the future.
I've listened to each one of the department heads. I'm happy that each one of them talk as if the department is his, and that is what it's supposed to be. But let me inform you that when you look at the human body, if the heads look at the toe and think that the toe is not important, if there is an injury in the toe, then the head will not slip. All of these components, each one of them cannot go without the other. They have to be interlinked, they have to be interdependent, and that is why the administration is here to make sure that the positive aspect of each department nurture the negative aspect of the other department.
Alkali Diba, the president of the Students' Union, welcomes all students on board and spoke immensely on the need for students to work hard.
In this institution, you do not only come in and go out, but you are refined and prepared to take positive position of leadership and other responsibilities for both national and international. I advise you to be disciplined, hardworking, honest and patriotic, because these are variables that contribute immensely to national development.
The Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Mahamaduka, urges students to work hard for a new beginning in their lives. He said the university is the best thing that has ever happened to the Gambia.
As hard as it may be to imagine, in just about 45 months, most of you will be University of the Gambia alumni. So make good of your time while you are here. If I had but one wish for each of you, it is that in the years ahead, you be motivated and fired up adequately, that your minds be captured by some set of external questions, by some area of human understanding, that you develop a passion for understanding, for progressing, for innovation, that here at the University of the Gambia, you acquire not only knowledge, but also imagination that you will use to solve immediate community and social problems.
He said the university is a great asset to the Gambia, and more than all, their imagination will continue to grow on the path of greatness and the citadel of learning. A short entertaining play was also organized by the Students' Union, which was to educate them to be students of the university and not students at the university. For Grts News, I am Fatou Kamarikebe.
Young peace advocates from the Gambia and Senegal recently converged on Kir Ayub in Senegal for a day's advocacy campaign on cross-border difficulties faced by travelers. The caravan, funded by the European Union and ECOWAS, seeks to promote regional integration and put an end to the long-standing problems hindering the free movement of people and goods between the Gambia, Senegal and Mauritania. GRTS's Babakar Kamara reports on the efforts championed by the Youth Ambassadors for Peace in partnership with Concern Universal.
When you come to Mali, the French-speaking country, it's something else. Even our own paper, they will not take it first. It's their own people, they will receive their own papers, fine. And then after we will be the last, they started bullying us.
It is the empirical evidence found at hand, prompting the more need to promote regional integration, and by extension putting an end to cross-border harassment from our border guards. This is the latest advocacy campaign by the Youth Ambassadors of Peace and their Senegalese counterparts, CITO. It's about cross-border transactions and trade affairs. What has been the significant or the most crucial element that have motivated you to come into all this way to do it?
It is about seeing how people, or feedbacks that people give, that the relationship or the border crossing, if you are crossing your goods and the person entering, some of the difficulties that they face and should not be. That's what we are advocating as an advocating organization.
The experience has been in existence for decades and continue to form the basis of arguments emanating from the transportation of goods and services by people crossing borders of the Gambia, Senegal and Mauritania.
The purpose of the program is as a result of the standoff between the Gambia and Senegal regarding the free movement of goods and services. Based on ECOWAS protocols, we thought it fitting to do something about the frequent harassments at our border posts.
The cross-border caravan organized by the peace advocates started in Farafenni, running across a 5-kilometer stretch to Kir Ayub in Senegal. Their campaign is the first ever step taken by young people to enforce the ECOWAS protocol on the free movement of goods and services. Babakar Kamara, GRTS.
Operation No Back Way to Europe does not only sensitize young people on the dangers of perilous sea voyages to the west in search of greener pastures, but also ventures into initiatives towards food self-sufficiency. Officials of the organization have concluded a nationwide tour of community intervention rice field projects in 3 regions. Our Lumimendi traveled with them, and this is his report.
Aside from its main objective of sensitizing the citizenry, most especially youth, on the consequences of embarking on deadly sea journeys to the land they perceive as flowing with honey and milk, the Operation No Back Way to Europe is also keen in championing the grow what you eat and eat what you grow philosophy, a mantra seen to be the surest way to food self-sufficiency. The tour took the national executive of the NGO around their community food self-sufficiency project sites in 5 communities in North Bank, Lower River Region, and CRR to assess the ongoing works there. This farm in Bani, Lower Badibu, was the first field visited. A massive feeding exercise underway by these volunteers, mainly women, in a region understood to have recorded the highest percentage of victims of the backway syndrome.
Very, very impressed with what I saw here today. Actually, women of Bani, they did definitely try, because if you can see by yourself, you should be very, very impressed and happy. This is a call that the president made, that we should come back to the land. And if we are saying Operation No Back Way to Europe, I think we should also say Operation